Chapter number 1, The Living World. From here, Ernest Mayr, he is a scientist, born on 5th July 1904 in Kempten. And Ernest Mayr has given a concept of species, biological concept of species. Second one, he is a Darwin of 20th century. And Mayr was awarded 3 prizes. And the first prize is Belgian Prize in 1983. Second is International Prize for Biology in 1994. And third is Scafford Prize in 1999. And Mayr survived for 100 years from year 1904 to 2004. Now let us understand the concept of living and non-living. So what is living? How to define a living? Living means what? It has a characteristics like growth, reproduction, ability to sense environment, and to respond to the stimuli, external stimuli. Response to external stimuli is the main characteristic of growth. And we can explain in other words like metabolism, ability to replicate, self-organize, interaction, etc. All living organisms grow, increase in mass and increase in number of individuals are the twin characteristics of growth. The question may ask, what are the twin characteristics of growth? So first one is increase in mass and second one is increase in number of individual, which shows growth. Means what? This is living. Okay. Then next is plants grow throughout their lifespan. Okay, then multicellular organism growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. Yes. Then in plants, this growth is by cell division occur continuously throughout their lifespan. Reproduction likewise is the characteristic of organisms. Invariability and implicity we refer to sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, we see many of the variabilities in living organism. In no one look similar, means there is a variability, and the unicellular organisms like amoeba, they are very similar, means they look very similar to each other, we cannot differentiate them. But in living organism, means in sexual reproduction, there is invariability. Organisms reproduce by sexual and asexual means also. Likewise, reproduction in sexual show variations. Okay, in asexual reproduction, like asexual spores in fungi, budding in hydra and yeast, planaria. Planaria show regeneration. Planaria have regeneration capacity. What is meant by regeneration? Means whenever we cut a planaria into 10 pieces, the planaria can, each piece can grow into full planaria. It is called regeneration. So very important that the question may ask, regeneration is seen in which of the following organism? So planaria is most correct answer. Then fragmentation means reproduction by fragmentation is seen in fungi, filamentous algae and protonema and mosses. Okay, and unicellular organisms like bacteria, unicellular algae and amoeba, reproduction is synonymous with growth, that is increase in number of cells. Means in amoeba, whenever there is increase in number of cells, it likes synonymous to growth. Means what we had seen earlier, what are the characteristics, mean twin characteristics of growth, that is increase in mass and increase in number of individuals. Same in amoeba, bacteria, unicellular algae, there is increase in number of cells, means growth is implicated. Next is another characteristic of life, that is metabolism. All living organisms are made up of chemicals. We know it. Okay. Then the sum total of all chemical reaction occurring in our body is metabolism. And non-living object exhibits metabolism. No non-living object exhibit metabolism. Okay. The most obvious and technically complicated feature of all living organism is ability to sense their environment. A living organism can sense the environment, means can response to external stimuli. Whenever there is external stimuli is given, the living organism can respond to it. This is the most characteristic of living beings. Next is we sense our environment through our sense organs. Plants respond to external factors like light, water, temperature, and other organism, pollutants, etc. Means what happen here? The living organism can sense the external environment, but like plants cannot move from one place to another, but they can respond to the external factors like light, water, temperature, etc. Human being is the only organism who is aware of himself, that is has self-consciousness. Consciousness therefore becomes a defining property of living organism. We are human beings. We can respond to stimuli and we have self-consciousness, means we are aware of everything. We have consciousness. This is a defining property of living beings. Next is we can say that living organisms are self-replicating, evolving, self-regulating, interactive, capable of responding to external stimuli. In human beings, we can see that we can self-replicate, self-regulate, interactive systems capable of responding to external stimuli. We can respond to the stimulus. This is the characteristic of living beings. Next is all living organisms, present, past and future, are linked to one another by sharing a common genetic material but varying degrees. We know this very well that we share a genetic material from our previous ones, means from our parents. A genetic material, means genetic makeup, is shared from one to next person from one another. So it is a varying degrees. Why we look different? Due to the genetic material varies from one person to another because sharing of common genetic material. Diversity in living world. So here we see many of the diversity. Diversities means what? We see plant, insect, birds, animals, etc. These are the all diversity. We identify them. We can see plants. We say plants. We say insects. We see animals. We can differentiate it. It is the diversity. Each different kind of plant, animal, or organism that we see represent a species, means whatever we see like plant, animal, etc., we represent this is a species. A number of species that are known and described range is between 1.7 to 1.8 million. This refers biodiversity. So the most important question may ask from this living world is number of species present in biodiversity, that must be 1.7 to 1.8 million. Hence, there is need to standardize the naming of living organism, such as particular organism is known by same name all over the world. This process is called nomenclature. Nomenclature means what? Naming a particular organism is called nomenclature. That is, we give name to particular object. Yes, na? We give name to table, we give name to bags, we give name to fan, we give name to light. This is called nomenclature. Obviously, nomenclature or naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly and we know what organism the name is attached to. That is identification. What is meant by identification? Identification is we can describe correctly what what organism name is attached to. Means we can identify, okay, this is light, this is fan. Means after nomenclature we can identify a particular thing or particular organism. This is called identification. Means we can recognize this is that and this is that. Okay, so what is meant by identification? Correct description given to any organism by name, it is called identification. For plant, scientific names are based on agreed principles and criteria which are provided in International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. For plants, we don't know various plants, but the scientist has given particular name to particular plant, and these are all given in IBCN. What is meant by full form of IBCN? International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. In botanical nomenclature, there are varieties of plants, and those plants are given a particular name according to their identification and nomenclature. So, all these information are provided in International Code for Biological Botanical Nomenclature. Okay, these are for plants. Same as for animals, it is given in International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. Okay, then next is each name has two components. We are going to learn each name has two components. Listen carefully. The genetic name and specific epithet. Means particular name has two components. Genetic name and specific epithet. This system is providing a name with two components called binomial nomenclature. Means what? Each name has two components, specific epithet and generic name. Means starting name is generic name, latter one is specific epithet. And this naming of two systems means two components is called binomial nomenclature. Why it is binomial nomenclature? Because each name has two components. First one is generic, second is specific epithet. So it is two, that is called binomial nomenclature. And this binomial nomenclature was given by Charles Linnaeus. Okay, so let us take an example of mango. Scientific name of mango is Mangifera indica. What is that? Mangifera indica. So we know that each name has two components. First one is generic name and second one is specific epithet, and this is called binomial nomenclature. And we know that binomial nomenclature is given by Charles Linnaeus. And we are seeing now example of mango. What is scientific name of mango? That is Mangifera indica. Okay, so Mangifera represent genus and indica is a particular species or specific epithet. What we have learned, a particular name has two components. First one is genera, second is specific epithet. So we are taking example of Mangifera indica. So Mangifera is a first word and it represent a genus, while indica is a second word, it represent a species or specific epithet. So what are the rules of nomenclature? Let's learn. First one, biological name generally is in Latin and written in italics. Okay, they are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. What they say is generally biological name is in Latin, but whenever they go for written purpose, they write in italics. Means they are written in italics. They are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. Okay. Then the first word in biological nomenclature represents genus, while the second component denotes specific epithet. For example, we have taken Mangifera indica. So Mangifera is a first word, that is called genus, and indica is second word, that is called specific epithet. The third rule is both the words in biological name when handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Means what? Whenever we write a biological name, so it is separately underlined or printed in italic form to indicate their Latin origin. Means these are originated from Latin. To show these, they are separately underlined and printed in italic form. Okay. Then third rule is the first word denoting a genus start with capital letter while a specific epithet with small letter. That is, for example, Mangifera indica. See what they say is very important. That is Mangifera indica. The capital letter means first letter is Mangifera. The first word is Mangifera, and that Mangifera M is written in capital letter. And next is indica. Next word is indica means specific epithet. It is written in small letter. This rule can be asked in question paper. They may give a following sequence and we have to go through that. Okay, so first word denoting the genus with capital letter like Mangifera, and the second word that is specific epithet with small letter, that is indica. The next name of author appears after the specific epithet, that is the end of biological name, and is written in abbreviated form. Example Mangifera indica Lin. What is meant by this? This says that after writing genus and specific epithet at the end of biological name, the author name is given in abbreviated form, that is Mangifera indica Lin. What is meant by Lin? It is given by Charles Linnaeus. Biological nomenclature is given by Charles Linnaeus, and we are going with this scientific name of mango, that is Mangifera indica. And who is given this name? Who has given this name? Mangifera indica Linnaeus. So the author name is written in last. So it is given in that Mangifera indica Lin means given by Linnaeus. It indicates that this species was first described by Linnaeus. Yes. Then next it is necessary to diverse means to make this possible. This is the process of classification. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on their easily observable characters. What is meant by classify? How we are going to classify? Classification means anything. It is grouped into convenient categories. Means we can group anything in proper categories. Means to classify this. These are called classification. Means what? When we see dog, when we see cat, when we see rat, we can classify them in various groups. We can see varieties of dogs, we can see varieties of cat, but whenever we saw a cat, we can give name, we can identify, we can classify this is cat only. These are called classification. Means classification is what? Anything is grouped into convenient categories, that is called classification. So the scientific term for these categories is taxa. Here you must recognize that taxa can indicate categories at very different level. We can recognize that taxa can indicate categories at very different level. Taxa means what? Categories at different level. Okay. Plant also form a taxa. Wheat is also a taxa. Based on characteristic, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process is called taxonomy. Means what? Living organism, we are classifying various living organisms into different taxa. That is called taxonomy. Okay. We can identify, we can classify dog, cat, rat, rabbits. These are called taxonomy, identification. Classified into different taxa. Living organism can be classified into different taxa. This process is called taxonomy. Hence, characteristic, identification, classification and nomenclature are the process that are basic to taxonomy. Means what? Primarily we identify, we classify, we give particular name to particular organism, that is nomenclature. These all processes are basic to taxonomy. Human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about different kinds of organisms and their diversities, but also relationship among them. This study was referred to as systematics. Means what? Human beings were not only interested in different kind of organisms, but also they were interested to know about the relationship among them. So this branch, the study of this branch, it is called systematics. The word systematics is derived from Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement of organisms. Linnaeus used Systema Naturae as a title of his publication. Very important point. Question may ask, and previously asked question is means asked in previous year question, that who has given a Systema Naturae title of the publication, that is Linnaeus. Or it may ask question like title of publication Systema Naturae given by. The answer must be Linnaeus. The scope of systematics was later enlarged to include identification, nomenclature and classification. Systematics takes into account evolutionary relationship between organisms. To know about relationship between organisms means systematics. Taxonomic category. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Means what? Whenever we are going to classify, it is not single step, it has various steps, hierarchy of steps, and according to that we are going to represent a rank or category. Since category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called taxonomic category. Means arrangement of category in taxonomic manner, it is called taxonomic category, and all category together constitutes taxonomic hierarchy. Each category referred to as unit of classification in fact represents rank. It is commonly termed as taxon. Insect represent a group of organisms sharing common features like three pairs of jointed legs. It is a particular taxonomy. Means what? We know that three pairs of appendages means three pairs of legs are present in insects. This is the example of taxonomic categories. Next is remember group represent category. Group represent category. Category denotes rank and each rank or taxon represent unit of classification. Group represent category. Category denotes rank and rank represent unit of classification. Next, all organisms including those in plant and animal kingdom have species as the lowest category. Means what? In plants and animal it has a various species, means various species, and species is the lowest category. From species there is evolution of various steps, hierarchy of steps. Next is species. What is meant by species? Now listen, very important. Taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities. It is called species. What is meant by species? Similarities among the organism, it is called species. Likewise, Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum means potato. Mangifera indica is a scientific name of mango. Solanum tuberosum, scientific name of potato. Panthera leo, scientific name of lion. All these three names, indica, tuberosum and leo, represent a specific epithet. We know na, second word is specific epithet, while the first word, that is Mangifera, Solanum and Panthera, it is a genera which represent another higher level of taxon or category. Next is, for example, Panthera has another specific epithet called tigris, and Solanum includes species like Nigrum and Melangana. Means what? They says that From here, various species like Mangifera, Solanum, Tuberosum, Panthera leo. All these three means what? Indica, Tuberosum and Leo. These are the specific epithets. Means second word is specific epithet. We know this. And first word Mangifera, Solanum and Panthera are given in genera. Is another higher level of taxon or category. Then next example is given as Panthera has another specific epithet called Tigris. Okay. And Solanum includes species like Solanum nigrum, Solanum melangona. Human beings belong to this species, and we are the human beings. We belong to which species? That is Homo sapiens. So what is given? The specific scientific name of human being is Homo sapiens. So what is Homo and what is sapien? See now, human being belong to the species sapien, which is grouped in genus Homo, and the scientific name thus human being is written as Homo sapiens. What is meant by Homo? Homo is genera and sapien means specific epithet. Okay. So what is meant by species? Group of individual organism with fundamental similarities. It is called species. Next is genus. Genus comprises a group of related species which has more characteristics in common in comparison to the species of another genera. Means what we see in species. What we see in species? We see in species that there is a similarities among the individual. And what we are seeing in genus comprises a group of related species. What is meant by group of related species? Group of species means what? Similarity among the individual. Genus means what? Genus comprises a group of similarity among the individual which has more or less characters in common in comparison to species of genera, of other genera. Means what? There is a similarities which are arranged in group common with comparison to species, that is called genera. We can say that genera are aggregates of closely related species. Yes. What is meant by genera? Genera is related to species only. Aggregates of closely related species. For example, potato, brinjal are two different species but belonging to the genus Solanum. Means genus is same but species are different. Example, lion, Panthera leo, leopard, Panthera pallidus, tiger, Panthera tigris. Means what? The genera is same but the specific epithet means species is different with several common features. All species of genera Panthera, the genus differs from another genus Felis which include cat. Means what they are saying, the genus which are given, that is Panthera, it is common, and we and all the species of genus Panthera, this genus differs from one genus Felis which includes cat. But this genus differs. What is meant by Felis? Felis is the scientific name of cat. It differs. So in short, let us know about genus. Genus is what? Group of related species. Means what? Group of related individual with similarities. Next is family. Family has a group of related genera. We have learned in genera group of related species. Now in family, group of related genera with still less number of similarities. So listen, from species, genus, family, the number of similarities goes on decreasing. So family has a group of related genera with less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Among plant, for example, three different genera like Solanum, Petunia, Datura are placed in family Solanaceae. Among animal, for example, genus Panthera comprising lion, tiger, leopard, put among with genus Felis, family Felidae. Felis is cat in the family Felidae. Similarly, if you observe features of cat and dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. They are separated into two different families, that is Felidae and Canidae. Felidae is a scientific name of cat. Canidae is a scientific name of dog. So they are separated, means they have few similarities and differences as well, but they are separated into different families like Felidae and Canidae. Okay, the next one is order. You have seen earlier that categories like species, genus, families based on number of similar characters. Okay, then order being a higher category. From here, means we have seen from starting that species, genus and family. Next one is order. Order is in order, means we have to calculate this order in higher category is the assemblage of families which exhibit few similar characters. Means see, from genus, species, genus, family, the number of similarities goes on decreasing. Okay, so the similar characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in the family. Plant families like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in order Polynomials, mainly based on floral characters. The animal order Carnivora includes family like Felidae and Canidae. Okay, then class. This category includes related orders. Means what? Means in class it is given related to order which have seen earlier. For example, order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla, gibbon is placed in class Mammalia along with Carnivora that includes animals like tiger, cat, dog. Class Mammalia has other order also. Means what? In Primata like monkey, gorilla, gibbon are placed in class Mammalia, and along with order like Carnivora that includes animals. In carnivore it has animals like tiger, cat, dog. So Mammalia has order also, means Mammalia is having order also, means Mammalia is having order also, and Mammalia belong to order Carnivora. Okay, these are the examples of class. Next is phylum. Class comprising animals like fishes, amphibian, reptile, bird, along with mammal considered a next higher category that is called phylum. What is meant by phylum? It has all things like fishes, amphibian, reptile, bird, which are having various category, that is called phylum. We say na phylum Arthropoda, Animalia, Mammalia, reptiles, these are all phylums which has various category. Next to higher category, it is called phylum. All these based on common features like presence of notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord system included in phylum Chordata. See what is given in Chordata. How we can identify chordates? They have notochord and dorsal hollow neural system included in phylum Chordata. In case of plant, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to higher category called division. Classes with few similarities assigned to higher category we called division. Then next is kingdom. All animals belonging to various phyla assigned to a highest category called kingdom. So we know about kingdom Animalia, kingdom Plantae. These are all kingdom, means various phyla are come together and form a highest category, that is called kingdom Animalia or kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae on other hand is a distinct and comprises all plant of various division. What is there in kingdom Animalia? There are various animals given in various division. Hence, we refer to these two groups, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. As we go higher from species to kingdom, a number of characteristics goes on decreasing. Lower the taxa, more the characteristic that the number within the taxon share. Means what? Lower the taxa, more the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship into the taxa at same level. Means what? From lower to the taxa means from species, genus, family, we find many similarities, and as we go higher towards the kingdom, we find very varieties. We didn't find any similarities in them. We find various division, various categories. So it is given lower the taxa, more the characteristic feature that the member within a taxon share. Then higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to the other taxa at the same level. So please see this figure 1.1. Taxonomic categories showing hierarchical arrangement in ascending order. It is given in ascending order. So you have to learn this: species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division, and kingdom. So from here, as we grow from species to kingdom, from species to kingdom, a number of similarities goes on decreasing, and as we go from kingdom to species, the number of similarities goes on increasing. The question may ask from this, they will confuse you, they will say you to write in order, so you must learn this sequence like species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division, and kingdom. Very carefully you have to do this chart, very important. Next we will learn table 1.1. So from here it is given common name, biological name, genus, family, order, class, phylum, and division. So common name of man is Homo sapiens. We know the first letter, that is Homo, it is called genus. Yes. The next is, what is the family of man? That is Hominidae. Order is Primata. Class is, man is included in Mammalia. That is, class is Mammalia. Then phylum or division. We are chordates. We are having notochord and the dorsal hollow nerve cord. So we are included in chordata. Okay. Then next is housefly. Housefly is called Musca domestica, and Musca is a genus. And what is family? Muscidae is a family. Order is Diphtheria. Class is Insecta. Housefly is insect. So class is Insecta. Phylum or division. It is Arthropoda. Arthropoda means what? Jointed appendages. It have 3 pairs of legs. It is called arthropoda, insects. Then mango. We have given the example earlier about mango. The scientific name of mango is, means biological name is Mangifera indica. What is Mangifera? It is a genus. Family is Anacardiaceae. You have to learn this family. They will ask in exam, what is the family of mango? Anacardiaceae is a family of mango. You have to know this. You have to learn this. Order is Sapindales. What is this order of mango is Sapindales. Class is Dicotyledon. Dicotyledon means what? Inside the seed of mango there are 2 cotyledons. It is called dicotyledon. And phylum or division, Angiosperms. These are angiosperms. Next is common name of wheat. Biological name is Triticum aestivum. And what is meant by Triticum is genus. Family is Poaceae. It belongs to the family Poaceae. Order is Poales. Class is Monocotyledon. Weight is Monocotyledon. And phylum division is Angiosperm. Okay, you have to learn this chart very carefully. You have to learn the biological name, common name, genus. You can identify genus. As you know, the first word is genus. You have to learn the family. Man family is Hominidae. Mango family is Anacardiaceae. And you have to learn order as well. Like man order is Primata. Housefly order is Diptera. Mangoes order is Sapindales. Wheat order is Poales. So you have to learn this. You have to learn phylum or divisions of all this, and class 2.